Welcome to another conversation with the Brothers of Two Complex. We appreciate y'all for clicking on this video, but before we get into the content, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of these bangers that we drop every single week. We appreciate the support. God bless. Flavor Flav has been doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. As far as like taking care of the water polo team, taking care of the discus thrower, like sending them money to take care of what they got going on at home. Because for those of y'all that didn't know, there's a young lady that is on the track and field team for Vanderbilt University, Veronica Fraley. She was having some issues with paying her rent because she's trying to go out here and give her best at the Olympics, but people at home ain't gonna give a damn that she an Olympian. You know what I'm saying? And Flavor Flav came out and said, "Hey, just tell me how much you need and I got you." So Flavor Flav is out here like really like championing for these women athletes out here in the Olympics and doing his thing and actually giving people bread. So I think he's doing it, and the same thing with the water polo team. So I think Dila, you might have a little bit more information on that, but I think what Flavor Flav is doing is admirable to say the least, because he's looking out for these women, man. For sure.
Yeah, so Flavor Flav initially took on sponsoring the U.S. women's water polo team after one of the captains of the team. It was at the height of when all of the attention on the WNBA and the success that Caitlin and Angel were bringing to the league. She tweeted, "I'm glad that we are." I'm paraphrasing here. I don't have it in front of me. She was like, "Glad that we are, big up in women's sports, but since we're in the mood for doing that and continuing to push women's sports to the forefront, I think you all need to take a look and consider helping out the U.S. water polo team. These individuals what I was saying earlier, they don't have these lucrative contracts and actual work 9 to 5. Some of them are teachers, some of them are librarians, so on and so forth. And that got the attention of Flavor Flav, and Flavor Flav said, being a girl dad, I sympathize with you all. I want to help you out. I'll sponsor you. Hit me up. Let me know what you all need, and we can get things going. Come to find out, actually, he was a man of his word. He has signed a deal with them to sponsor them for not only this year, but also the 2028 Olympics that'll be in Los Angeles. So it's been all over the news, him and his participation with the U.S. water polo team. He's been to a couple of their practices. He's out there in Paris right now, supporting them wholeheartedly. And then again, prior to the Olympics, as you mentioned, the discus thrower for the U.S. track and field team, Veronica Fairley, she tweeted, is something about it's good of being an Olympian, but I can barely pay my rent.
Yep.
Again, he reached out to her saying, I got you. Let me know how much you need. And he's helped her. And then also the co-founder of, was it Reddit?
Reddit. Yep. Alexis Ohanian.
Alexis Ohanian has also assisted her with her rent and whatnot. And these are stories that are good because, like you said, these individuals have sacrificed so much to get to this point in their life, to represent their country, live out their dreams. And we, as one of the most powerful, richest countries in the world, aren't assisting them in this process is wild to me. And so this is the beauty of the diversity, of the willingness of individuals that have it to step in and aid these individuals to continue to live out their dreams, to continue to push and inspire those that come behind them to go for gold. And I thought it was a beautiful story. We haven't seen much about it other than a couple news clippings here and there, but thought it was something that should be talked about. Because Flavor Flav, we haven't heard from him in since Flavor of Love. We haven't really heard. He just kind of fell off the map, right? And we know he's one of the pioneers of hip hop of rap. And so, well, I probably shouldn't say pioneer, but he definitely elevated hip hop when he was with Public Enemy and Chuck D. And so we know he has it, and for him to step in and help these individuals and be selfless is commendable.
For sure. Hold on. Thought I had to sneeze. My bad. But But nah, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something that needs to have more attention brought to it, man, because Veronica Fraley's situation was she was talking about NIL, which is
Mm-hmm.
what we've talked about a lot on this channel. And you know, she made a comment that in her initial post, she said, my school sent about 75% of my rent while they pay football players who haven't won anything, talking about Vanderbilt's football team, who honestly hasn't won anything in a while, enough to buy new cars and new houses. So then it said she followed up to confirm that she wasn't upset with Vanderbilt, but with the rules that bar me from making the amount I'm worth as a collegiate athlete, such as NIL, which favors popularity over performance. So, and of course, Flavor Flav saw it and was like, he said, hit me up today so you don't have to worry about it tomorrow. And Venmo'd her $7,700 immediately. Mm-hmm. And he's just in the he's in the business of just looking out right now. Like, if you need it, I got you. Hit me up, I got you. And that's
summer Santa Claus right now.
He's the summer. That's the title. He's definitely the summer Santa Claus right now, bro. And that's something good to say, man, because nobody's talking about it. I mean, when I was doing research, I was looking all over the internet, looking all over social media and YouTube, and they might have a 2-3 minute clip about what he's doing, but it needs to be talked about more, man, because this is something that is very, very admirable, that you wouldn't even think somebody like you think about Flavor Flav, you don't think about him doing something charitable if you're being real. And he's doing something like this right now, and it should be shouted out. So shout out to Flavor Flav, man, because it's dope what he's doing right now for women's sports in the Olympics right now. It's super dope.
Yeah. I mean, especially coming out his own pocket. Like when we was talking earlier about athletes being paid and them getting to the games and so on and so forth, we mentioned often sponsorship from these corporations. Never mentioned sponsorship from individuals. I mean, fundraisers, yeah, they do fundraisers, but that's collective, like individuals coming together. Like me and you can send in $50 to help whatever team from the USA get to the Olympic Games. That type of sponsorship, that type of fundraising. Flavor Flav is doing this out of his own pocket. Now, I don't know about the individual from Reddit. I don't know if that's coming from her own pocket or not, but if it is, she should be commended as well, because these individuals are stepping up and help filling in the gap where these top tier athletes who are representing our country are feeling less than, when you have certain individuals that are not worried about how they're going to get to the games, not worried about their rent being paid or the mortgage being paid, lights being on when they get back, not worried about their families being fed while they're going or getting their families to the game if they want to attend. These individuals that don't have these high profile names, don't have these sponsorships, they need to feel some love too. They need to go to Paris with a clear conscience, full heart, and ready to win gold for the country. And they can't really fulfill that if they're not able, or if they're worried about, well, when I come back, am I going to be able to unlock my door to get into my house? You know what I mean? So it's a feel good story, and I'm glad we're able to talk about it. But I will say for Veronica, it's unfortunate right now that it is more so popularity than performance, because she apparently is a top performer. But I mean, when it comes to collegiate sports, and when it comes to that in general, we know that those high revenue sports are the ones that's going to get those high dollar NILs, unless you're doing something in social media wise, like the gymnast from LSU, who's the top paid NIL athlete in all of college, because of what she does on social media. And she's not in the high revenue sport for in college with gymnastics, but she's the top tier athlete for NIL. So
for NIL, yeah,
you have to set yourself apart, and it is not fair because you are a high performer. But in the world of college sports, where dollars go to football and basketball, that's just the world you live in.
There's nothing you can do about it, man, because even in smaller schools than Vanderbilt, like North Carolina Central University, where I went to school, the football team and the basketball team were still the cash cows. Right. So there's nothing you can do about that in particular. But just like D-Lo said, you just got to, like you said, you got to set yourself apart. Your social media presence has to be top tier for you to be able to get some more NIL deals, man. Because if they can see you, they're gonna recognize you and they're gonna put you out there. So
right.
But yeah, I feel like it was definitely dope.